What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I am Justin Colby, and on this video we are going to be talking about the 5 best motivated seller lists for you wholesalers. And trust me, you won't want to miss this. Wait to the very end. Stay tuned. What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel here. I am Justin Colby, and on this channel we talk all things business, real estate, and entrepreneurship. Now this video is going to be specific for you wholesalers or real estate investors. I want to talk to you about the 5 best lists that you should be going out, getting, and absolutely marketing to in all different channels. Now, one of the lists, just to start out, I want you to know is not going to be a list you're going to pull from a software. There's a whole bunch of different softwares, and I will tell you the list provider and software I use religiously for all lists in all of my markets is PropStream. If you go to tsofdata.com, tsofdata.com, and use promo code TSOF, they will give you 7 days free, and they will give you a free 10,000 list download. There is no reason you should not have this software. I use it every single day. It is the best comping software. It is the best list provider, and it has so many other features. Those are just 2 features that I use each and every day in my business. Now, the first list I'm gonna talk to you guys about is not even on there, and it's because it is a list that very seldom people go and use, which is the driving for dollars list. Now, I know before you go, oh, Justin, I don't like driving for dollars. I promise you this. Going out and finding properties that are maintenance deferred, properties that actually need work, is where you will find high motivation. Now, if you haven't yet watched my Driving for Dollars video, there is probably a link somewhere above me that will link you directly to that video. I highly encourage you to go to that video, and it teaches you how to drive for dollars and what lists and what you are looking for. Now, ultimately, that list is a great list because there's not a lot of people that do that. You're looking for homes that are maintenance deferred, that need some work, which usually means someone doesn't have the money to actually maintain their home. And that's where you pull that list, you skip trace it with batch skip tracing. Use promo code TSOF with batch skip tracing as well, and they will give you 3 cents off your skip tracing. That's a huge discount. So again, promo code TSOF over at batch skip tracing. So you collect all that data, you go and get 100 doors a day, you skip trace it, and you start calling it. This is an incredible list, and it isn't on any software per se, although I would tell you Deal Machine is the best app that you could possibly use for driving for dollars. Again, use promo code TSOF, they'll give you $10 off, dealmachine.com. Now, I know I just spit a bunch of different services and softwares at you. Calm down, relax, take a deep breath. The 2 that I just mentioned, and the one most important, is gonna be PropStream. Go to tsofdata.com, promo code TSOF. Secondly, you skip trace your properties that you just found over at batch skip tracing. Use promo code TSOF. It'll give you 3 cents off your skip tracing. And then lastly, Deal Machine, which is the best, by far the best driving for dollars application. Go over there, dealmachine.com, and use promo code TSOF, and they will also give you a $10 discount on their monthly services. So that's the services. The list, the first list I'm mentioning is the maintenance deferred list. You just drive around, look for very not kept up properties. Again, resource is the other video that I actually did about driving for dollars. Make sure to go check that out. All right, now the other 4 lists that I'm gonna be talking to you about, I'm actually gonna be diving into my computer right now to actually show you what those lists are, how to get them. And by the way, as I mentioned, you wanna make sure you have PropStream, because that's where I pull my lists, and that's where you're gonna find the next best 4 lists. So come with me, let's jump into my computer, and I wanna show you exactly how to pull the list and exactly how you should be marketing to them. All right guys, so before I jump into this, make sure you do me a favor, smash the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and turn on notifications so you get notified when I drop my 3 videos a week. Now let's get going. All right guys, so here we go. We are gonna jump in right now. Okay, So as you see here, I have PropStream up. This is the exact service I use to pull all of my lists. Just to show you that that is true, if you go under My Properties, and right here you have all these different lists in Wisconsin, Oklahoma, Phoenix, you name it. So let's jump in and let's talk about the best lists and most motivated lists to use for wholesalers. Now, the first thing I would ask you to do is come up here and look at the filters, and then go look at quick list choices. You're gonna have a bunch of options that they pre-populated for you with certain criteria. Now here's the one that I like the most, and that's gonna be landlords. Landlords, to me, have the highest motivation. The caution about landlords is most intelligent, experienced investors like myself, or if you've been listening to me, have been talking about motivated landlords for quite some time. So the first thing that I wanna make sure I'm targeting is landlords. The very easiest way to do that is simply go over here and say owner occupied, you say no. That immediately triggers an absentee homeowner. Most likely that would be a landlord. Now it might include vacant homes, but for sure it will be a landlord. It will not be owner occupied. At that point, what I like to do is I like to simply make it something that, you know, in the criteria that I'm looking for. So over here, I'll just put, let's just say Phoenix, Arizona. In that one filter, so in Phoenix, Arizona, which is just the city, I actually have owner occupied no. I have 181,000 people just actually came up. So that's too big. Let's shrink that down, and the best way to do that is to give an additional filter or two. So the property qualities, characteristics, I want single family homes, and I want them to have owned it for 7 years or more. Owner type, individual, and minimum years owned, 7 years. So that should really shrink this down. I go over here and it brings it to 24,000. Now, if you need a smaller list than that, and if you want to get ultra targeted, the next list I would tell you, so the third list I'm going to tell you is going to be something similar. It might have a little bit of crossover within it, but it's going to be something similar, and there's a very easy way for you to remove data that has some crossover or duplicates is another way of saying that. So this list I love. This is something that you can cold call. This is something that you can text message. This is something that you can direct mail. I would use this list. Again, the list is basically landlords, single family homes. They've owned it for 7 years, and they, well, that's it, right? And it's an individual owner. It's not an LLC. It is not a trust. So it's easy to skip trace. Again, you pull this list, you download it, you send it over to Batch Skip Tracing, and you use promo code TSOF. They will give you 3 cents off. So that is my second favorite list. Now, for me, I have a pretty large marketing budget, and I would actually, my list that I use on this is hundreds of thousands because I do the entire county. So if you have a higher marketing budget, you can actually pull a much bigger list and go after the whole county with this filter, and you're gonna find a ton of landlords. I love landlords. It is the second most important list that we market to. Now, the third list that I'm gonna tell you guys about is going to be something similar in PropStream. I'm gonna clear this. I'm gonna go into Phoenix again. Oops. We're gonna go into Phoenix, and I'm just gonna show you guys, they already have a tired landlord list that if I just hit that and I close, it comes up with 76,000 tired landlords in Phoenix alone. Now again, I can actually refine that a little bit, and I can say something like, you know, the ownership, 7-year minimum, and I will also do the property characteristics, which will be, as soon as my computer decides to work, single family homes. Now, what is the difference? Now, this brought up 15,000. There's some similar filters, but what is going to be the difference? This typically, they filter in people that didn't necessarily want to have the property, right? Some of it has to do with age of the owner. Some of it has to do with possibly an inherited property. So ultimately this is someone who is not wanting to be a landlord. Some of this has to do with the property is vacant. So there's other filters that PropStream themselves have filtered in to qualify someone as a tired landlord. They didn't really want the property. They didn't go out there to have a property to invest in. Some of it has to do with the age of the homeowner. Some of it has to do with whether it's vacant or occupied. So there will be some crossover. Now, when it comes to crossover, let me just show you very quickly how to de-dupe your lists. As I've told you, I have several of my own lists. And let's go into a larger list. Let's go into Milwaukee. This is a list that I use in Milwaukee. I'm gonna go over here and if you scroll right, somewhere over in this area, you will see marketing lists right here. Now, this list itself has 8,700 people. I wanna make sure none of these individuals are on any other list. So right here, it's all on one list, but let's just type in the number 2 and see if there's any other, and there isn't. So that's great. That's how you dedupe it. Now, if there were others, let's go in, maybe do like a Phoenix list that I have a lot of. Phoenix. Let's go in, do the same thing. So this list has 19,000. I'm gonna go do the same thing just to show you what it might look like. So look at this, marketing list 2. I would want to remove all of those from this marketing list because I don't want to remarket to those people. Whether you're calling them, texting them, direct mail, you don't want to remarket to those people. So that's how you remove this. Now, let's jump in to list number 4. All right, so list number 4 is actually a new list that I really like, and it's because it has high motivation. It is actually a new filter that they put in their quick lists, which is gonna be pre-probate, right? These are deceased homeowners that it is not yet gone through probate. The reason why I like this so much is because I actually have a lawyer that I have on retainer that can help me work these deals and speed up the probate process. The main reason people don't love probate is because how long they take. There's not a volume of deals that they can get going at a fast pace. And obviously when a property's in probate, most of those people do not want to be dealing with this. I myself, when my mother passed, I actually inherited my mom's property. I didn't want to deal with it. We ended up selling it. And so long story short, I would go after pre-probate, just pre-probate. That list is small, that list is niche. That's only 2,500 people in the city of Phoenix. That's a list that you can call, direct mail, text message, and it has high motivation because most, if not all these people do not want to be dealing with a home. They just lost a loved one. I love this list, especially for you niche marketers that really need a smaller list. This is a great way to attack that. And the last list that I will tell you is going to be, let's X this off, is going to be a tax lien or tax delinquent or your lien list. I like both, but let's just use a lien list as the example for the 5th because there are a lot of properties that have liens on them and people don't have the money to pay them. Now, whether it's a mechanic's lien or a tax lien. There are many different liens. As you see here, it'll actually show you an abstract of judgment, mechanic's lien, abstract of judgment, notice of extension of state tax lien. These people don't either have the money or are just unwilling to pay these liens. Another good small list is 8,200 people. This is a great list to call, text message, direct mail, potentially even drive by and door knock. You can use different marketing strategies for all these lists, but these are the best lists to use right now. And the majority of them, 4 out of the 5, you actually can get within PropStream. Again, go to tsofdata.com, promo code TSOF. Now, the first list just takes a little bit more manual labor. Go to dealmachine.com. Again, Driving for Dollars video, there will be a link somewhere above my head that will pop up for you to go reference that video on how to drive for dollars. Make sure you do that. All right, guys, these are the very best lists that you need to be attacking right now. Make sure to go out there and just start talking to the homeowners. Now, in terms of motivation, they all have motivation, but it's your job to be able to really find the motivation and then add value to why they're motivated to sell. It does not mean just because you're using these lists that you're gonna find sellers that are saying, please just take my home, I'm ready. That's not what I'm saying. These are the best lists for all wholesalers to market to in any city. You then have to be good at sales and negotiating. Again, I have a great video on top salesmanship. There's a link somewhere on top of this video for you to click and reference that video about sales and negotiating, and then it's in your hands to convert. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications because I drop 3 videos a week. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.